We deserve this. Yeah. We deserve it. Yeah.
I'm living my best life, I ain't gon' lie to you. Called on my people, said go to Vegas, I'ma fly to you. I've been feeling some type of way the last couple years, so I need my niggas here, period. We finna cheers, listen. Yeah, everybody grinding, all I'm touching, baby. Yeah, none of them's a hater, prayer keeps them favored. Balance, they all got their ways, but they don't. They stuck with me for life, and I promise you they know. Yeah, I've been
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Ja, founder of Voice of the Streets podcast. I want to give a very special shout out to my co-hosts, Diverse and Dakota Sloan. Be sure you guys go check out the Voice of the Streets podcast on social media at Twitter, Clubhouse, Instagram, Apple, Google, and Spotify. Thank you.
I ain't stopping till I'm finished.
You finally have a vacation.
What's happening? This is your boy Diverse, 1/3 of Voice of the Streets podcast. And who else?
What's good, y'all? It's Lolo in the building.
Yeah. Shout out your boy Ja. But right now, the man of the hour in the middle of us is Black C of RBL
sir.
Posse, man.
What's up?
What's happening with the legend? First of
Hey,
all, man,
you know,
it is a
chilling, man.
pleasure.
Chilling.
It is a pleasure,
Yes,
man.
sir.
As I was saying behind the scenes, bro, you feel me? Like I grew up, you feel me, just knowing about your name and everything. I was one of them young kids, so I do apologize right now for not being all the way up on it. You feel me?
It's all
Like,
good.
I'm one of them that can say that though. You
Right,
feel me?
right,
Like for
right,
sure.
right.
You know,
Hey,
motherfuckers
start
be trying to
somewhere,
act
man.
like it. Like, nah, man. But I respect
all
you,
good.
bro. I respect the grind. You feel me? A bluebird on my shoulder, I for sure was up on that. You feel me? And don't give me no Bama weed, I for
Right,
sure was
right.
up on that. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
Like I can't deny that off top. But yeah, let's get it in. So let's start off with where you from and how did you come up?
Well, I'm from San Francisco first, Hunters Point second, and Harbor Road, man. Projects up there in Hunters Point, baby, Hunters Point.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
man.
sir. As far as come up, as far as music, or what
We gon' life. We talking about life right now. You feel me? What type of person is you? That's what we want to know.
Oh man, down to earth, regular, humble guy, man. You know what I mean? And
Yes, sir.
A hustler.
So was it hard to keep those type of morals just growing up in the jungle? You feel me, per se? Because sometimes a lot of things could happen, bro.
Yes, sir. It's a balance, man. You got to have that yin and that yang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Just the household I was brought up in, man, moms kept it balanced, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We was, definitely had pops come through, put a whooping on us if we got out of
For
pocket
sure,
or whatnot.
for sure.
It was a single parent home, but we did have a good step pops that did come through and got with moms, and, he was stable, had a good job and the whole nine. So, brought balance and stuff, and pops was in the picture though. When moms needed to put it down on us, he'll pop through. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, it all starts in the house. You feel me? It all
sir.
starts in the house,
Yeah.
and that's what bred a legend here, right here today.
Yes,
you
sir.
feel me, though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So branching outside of the house, though, you feel me? What was it like in them streets as far as the circle you was around, the people you was growing up with, and are they still around you today?
Some is like my main. Just to say on Harbor in the projects, it's a whole bunch of people be up in
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? And my main foe that I really hung with every day is still around. You know what I mean? Yeah. Through trials and tribulations, other people fall off like dead leaves. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like that sometimes. Sometimes you outgrow people.
Yes,
And
sir.
so, whether it's just bumping heads on ideas or just the way they living, or you just moving in a positive direction, they in a negative. So
Yeah.
it's like
I
that.
heard Snoop say something like that. He was like, you got to keep, well, I mean, this is a general statement too, just like some real game, man, but you got to keep leveling up. Like
Yes,
even
sir.
if you level up, your partner got to be right there with you. Y'all got to
Exactly.
keep
Y'all gotta
leveling
be on
up
the same
together, you feel
level.
me?
Yes,
Because
sir.
otherwise
If
you're
not,
going to surpass them, and that create envy, that create jealousy, that
All the
create all of
time.
that without even trying. The person
Yeah.
wouldn't even know, you feel
That's
me?
true.
So it's like you got to really weed those out, man.
Yes, sir.
That's dope, man. So tell us about RBL Posse, man. Like did you guys grow up together?
Nah, mr.cee came in later on. He came in, I've been on Harbor all my life, and we was doing music. I started doing music around 89, 90, 90 really. I started doing the music. 91 is when around the time mr.cee came in, around the end of 91. I was about 2 years in as far as doing music. And I met him through a partner of mine, T-Lo. He was the dude that grew up with us up there on Harbor in the projects. And yeah, T-Lo was the boyfriend of Mr.Cee's sister.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was trying to go to the studio with T-Lo, starting off my career, and T-Lo didn't want to go to the studio, but he ended up, you know, finding he had Mr.C as a backup plan for it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got this guy, you know, who be at my girlfriend's house. He rapped, and you know, I think you would like him. You know, T-Lo was hot. You know, he was just trying to do his own thing too. He was trying to be solo. He didn't really want to rap with me at the time. You know what I mean?
And it be like that. You feel me? Everybody got their own path.
Exactly.
Right, man.
Hey, I wasn't mad at him. You know, T-Lo was like our Ice Cube in projects. He was dope. He was raw. You know what I mean? So he knew it too. So yeah, but it was a blessing. He brought Mr.C through, and yeah, you know what I mean? The rest was history. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it sounded like that's real family orientated with just everybody that kind of come around you.
Yeah.
All genuine energy type.
All genuine energy, man. You know, I took a liking to Mr.C as soon as he got up there, man, because he was a rapper's rapper. You know, he really was into lyrics. He was into a lot of the East Coast backpack stuff like that. You know, Cool G raps. You know, stuff like Big Daddy Kane. That was like his pocket. And I was really into the NWAs. You know, 415, all them. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was a nice balance, you know, because he was into dropping metaphors and punchlines and all that. So yeah, it worked out.
Shoot, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what about can you tell us a little bit about Hitman's legacy?
Yeah, Hitman too. He was a youngster. I met him through my boy Mars, man. One love to Mars. He pretty much was damn near like an A&R without even knowing he was an A&R for my label.
That's
you know, when
pointer,
I first started,
point the finger,
right.
everybody together, man.
It's like as soon as I started Right Way, he came like, bruh, I got this dude who at my house who, you know, Mars was a guy who kind of mimicked my studio. Everything I went and got, he probably couldn't afford the version that I had, but he'll go get a smaller version of a folk. I might have an 8-track. He'll go get a smaller Yamaha folk track.
I'm right behind you, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, I was kind of, you know, mentoring him and whatnot. And he had a studio full of rappers, man. Hitman, NOH, my cousin Ken Folks and them. And I didn't know they was down there rapping the whole time, putting in a lot of work. And yeah, Mars ended up coming to me with a tape. It was like, I want you to check these young guys out. He said, mainly this one guy named Hitman, and he played it, and I was just shocked, you know, how Hitman was using cartoon references and stuff like that. And yeah, I told him to bring him through, and yeah, he brought Hitman through, and he was about like 11, 12 years old at the time. And yeah, he came through with NOH Mafia. They was about 5 to 10 deep NOH when they came. Yeah, I had to break them down to like gangs, two main rappers, you know what I mean? But yeah, they was deep when they came. And
it's a squad though.
Right. Nah, but Mars brought all of them through, man, and I fell in love with all of them. And Hitman was just the chosen one that we ended up putting on our second album. You know, debuted him, and from there, yeah, we put out his solo album, Solo Creep.
Hey man, I just want to give you your roses right now, man. Cause
appreciate it.
That whole story right there was a story of mentorship. You feel me?
Yes.
And that's what a lot of kids in the hood is lacking. You feel me?
Real talk.
That real OG to tell them something real, not here. Put this pack in your hand and give me my money back.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like for sure. So the fact that you out here doing the right thing, bro, like I commend you on that.
Hey, much love. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So what would you say is your most proudest moment?
Proudest moment, man, I have a few,
career. Or in and out of your career.
Well, as far as music though, it's probably a couple. Like when I first dropped my first cassette, and I was hearing people coming down the street playing it. You know, that was like the proudest moment when we took it. Left a couple cassettes on consignment at Ocean record shop on 3rd Street, and the store on Ocean. Yeah, Creative Music. Shout out to Joe, and well, rest in peace to Joe. He passed away. But yeah, we when I just seen a bunch of people coming through our neighborhood playing it and hearing it going up and down 3rd Street, I was just like, whoa, it's on. Like, you know, they fucking
real.
with us. Yeah. And I would say the second one is when Atlantic and Atlantic Records, Relativity, a few labels start going to a bidding war for us after our second album. That made us feel like, yeah, we arrived. You know what I mean? Right before Mr.C passed. Yeah.
Hold on, 2 questions. Do you still got a tape of your first album?
Cassette?
Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you keep everything?
Oh, yeah, I keep everything,
Oh,
man.
my
Yeah,
God,
I've been
man.
blessed to be able to have a stable
Yeah.
living situation where I was able to, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
take things from house to house with me. Yeah.
And then the part 2 question, what you had just said, bro, describe that feeling a little bit more to what it was like to have a bidding war for you as an artist, bro.
Man.
You feel me?
Yeah, first of all, you knew it was gonna be dollars involved, so you was like, okay,
Just
yeah,
point
them
blank,
dollar sign,
period.
yeah, that bag gonna be right. But just to know, like, you know, majors is like, man, we done made our way to a major. You know, we get to looking at the back of, you know, just say like, you know, a Mariah Carey or Mary J. Blige, and you seeing Atlantic or Elektra, Epic Records. You know, it was just feeling good to just have, you know, some big dogs knocking at our door, like, man, we trying to sign them. You know what I mean? Yeah,
And
it
like
felt good.
In the same mind frame, like how was your business mind towards it? Like you knew it was go time basically.
Oh yeah. And plus, I had by then I knew what was up, you know, because we had got played by Independent Records, so we learned from those mistakes. So you know, we had found out about mechanicals and all the publishing stuff. So we knew by then we was educated. And then I had a good manager at the time, Tone Jackson. You know, shout out to Tone, man. He educated us on a lot of things. So yeah, I was prepared by the time we got to Atlantic. We already knew, you know, about crossing them T's and dotting them I's, you know.
Oh, time, man. So what's a piece of education that you could give to the youth right now?
Really, as far as musically, I would just say, man, do it out of love, you know, because really I just was doing it out of love, and everything else, you know, all the beneficial things just fell in place. It came. Yeah. You know, if you do it out of love, man, do it on the side. You know, just don't quit your day job. Do it out of love, man, and do it because you love it. You know what I mean? It's craft, so it just happens, man. You know what I mean?
I feel like once you
get blessed, you know.
I feel like once you don't really love it, that's when it become a job.
Exactly.
Damn, I gotta go here again.
Exactly. You gotta love everything about it. And I love everything from interviews to putting together the packaging, you know, photos. I mean, you know, it ain't all about just rocking the stage and collecting the check. You know, all the stuff that happen behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So going back to Mr.cee, can you explain to us his legacy and what he left behind?
Man, you know, first of all, he left behind, a beautiful king, man, his son, who's keeping the torch lit for him, you know, and also, man, this RBL thing, you know, he was a part of this, and you know, I'm keeping the torch lit for him, but man, it just the music that we made together, man, it's just, I know he upstairs just proud right now that all the fans, man, are still messing with it. You know, we got a big Latino fan base, man, and they praise him, they love him, you know what I mean? So, man, this music legacy is beautiful, man.
What was he like?
mr.cee, he was a beautiful guy, man. He was a ladies' man, you know what I mean? That's why once he passed away, it's kind of like we lost that crowd, you know what I mean? I was more the hard street, you know what I mean, with the voice, and mr.cee was more laid back, the ladies' man on stage. He was the more energetic one, man. So, yeah, I miss that guy to death, but he was a beautiful soul, though.
Yeah, you said he was a lyricist, huh? Like a real lyricist.
Real lyricist. Like, he didn't even want to get on the, like, it was dudes like Master P and them, you know, shout out to Master P when he came and got us for the compilation. mr.cee didn't even want to get on it because he didn't respect him as a rapper. It was just like, oh, man, I don't know about doing a song with him, man. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I had to talk him into it because I'm more of a businessman. I don't care about how you rap. You got that bag, I'm like ready to get on it. But he had passed the bag up if he not feeling your rap. But, you know, I talked him into it, and we ended up getting on and making a classic, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents with Master P. And it also happened too a second time.
Yeah, you always need a businessman within the group.
Right. You got to. I mean, that's how you. That's what I said. It was that yin and that yang too, you know. So, but it happened again with D-Shot, E40 and them brother D-Shot of the Click. You know, he didn't really care too much for him for the rapping, and he came and got us for the Boss Ballin' compilation. And you know, he had that bag for us, and I'm like, mr.cee, come on. And the song on there, a lot of people don't notice, but I do 2 verses, and mr.cee come in and do 1. And that's because I was going to do the song by myself just because I had already collected the money from D-Shot. So It was a song called "Time to Get Our Serve On," and I ended up doing 2 verses, and Mr.C came to the studio the next day when I was recording it.
You needed that.
And he was like, man,
needed
it was just, the song was dope. He was like, bro, that song dope, man. And I see him over there writing while I'm working on doing my second verse in the vocal booth. He over there writing, and I come out listening to my second verse, and he was like, man, I got something for it. I'm like, oh, you getting on it? He was like, bro, that shit dope as hell. So, yeah, you know, I ended up having to create that fire for him, and he got on it, you know. So, but yeah, he was a true lyricist and respected lyricist.
Man, I'll be going through things like that with my partner. I'll be like, yo, nah, you gotta let me on it, bro. Like, nah, I need this one, bro. Come on, help me.
Hey, for real, for real.
For sure. With that being said, man.
So, hold on, my bad.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to mention one of your songs, Bluebird.
Mm-hmm.
That shit went crazy.
Right.
And the visual that you just showed us.
Right, animated.
That was dope. Yeah.
Yes,
Who made that?
Yes.
Who created that?
My boy OG, Ojai. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can follow him at Ojai Entertainment on Instagram. Yeah, he dope. He real dope.
So can you explain to us the inspiration behind that song?
It was actually, you know, a lot of gangbangers took it and came with their own little, you know,
terminology.
Exactly, their own little terminology or whatever for it. You know, but it basically was we was talking about the boys in blue. You know, in Frisco, the police wear blue suits. So it was basically just sort of like a fuck the police type song when it originated. You know, it was like the ghetto bird, you know, blue bird, boys in blue. So it was basically like a fuck the police type song when we first came with it. But then when I started writing, I kind of made it pretty much like anything, any chip on your shoulder. You got a problem, baby mama, whoever, baby daddy.
Gotta kill it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta kill it, man. You know what I mean? Just kill a noise. You know what I mean? So that's where it come from. But you know, gangbangers turned it into whatever they wanted to turn it into. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
But I mean, that's the thing about music, bro. Like it's real universal.
Yes,
you know
yes.
Whatever feeling that they give that person, that's what they gonna rock with for sure.
Exactly.
And it really ain't even gotta be a song that really gotta do with how you feeling towards it. You
Right,
feel me? But they gonna slap it when they feel that
you
way.
perceive it, man.
Exactly,
I'm with
man.
it.
As long as you press play, man. Remember that.
Hey, that's all that matters. For real.
For sure, man. So what let me see. What was a lesson learned from just everything that you endured with the group?
Good question.
Man, to be honest with you, just like our first album was called A Lesson to Be Learned, and I learned a lot. You know what I mean?
Point.
yeah. That was our first album, you know, A Lesson to Be Learned. And man, it was a lot of lessons learned, man. You know, that everybody ain't gonna be with you, you know what I mean, that you start out with, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna make it to that finish line. And you know, it's just about being about true friendship, the whole nine, you know what I mean? I learned a lot. You know, just like Mr.cee, I look at him as a blessing because I only knew him for our total. He was probably around me for only like 4, maybe 5 years. You know what I mean? And he kind of exposed dudes' hands who I grew up with was around 20 years. You know, 20, 30 years almost. So yeah, he had to kind of expose that. So you know, just going through all them trials and tribulations, man. I just you know. Just felt like, man, a lot of the lessons was learned was like, man, you know, everybody ain't gonna be there with you through the whole ride. You know what I mean?
That's why Bugatti only has 2 seats and the bus got
real
24.
Talk.
How does that saying go?
Hey, that's true. Real talk.
That's big facts.
Yes.
Facts. So let me see. How was the business early on between the team?
Well, the team, our business was always good. It was a little shady in the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning, it was real shady. You know, as far as with contracts, things like that. You know, the business is lovely now, but when we first signed, you know, we signed for like 10,000. Didn't really even read the contract. We was just happy that somebody was ready to invest in us.
Exactly.
Right.
And we signed for 10,000 and didn't even know it was a conflict of interest. We ended up getting the label's lawyer. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, we had to learn the hard way, but you know, it was good. Even that was a learning process. Just learning about reading your paperwork. Yeah, it was a lesson learned. Just
for some of y'all that don't know, man, get your own lawyer.
Keep
Keep one by your side in this music game.
Have patience, man. You know, if they want you and they want to sign you, they ain't going nowhere. You ain't got to rush nothing. You know, just take your time with it. Go on and go over your paperwork. You know, and make sure your lawyer explain everything back to you, and you had the time to really sit back and take it all in. You know, just had that time just to have that breather and just be like, okay, let me make this right decision, you know.
Exactly. Get your network up in the meantime. You feel me? Like,
Yes, sir.
like he was just talking about earlier. You feel me? This man had a whole bidding war. You feel me?
Yeah.
For
Ain't
sure,
nothing like
man.
somebody
But what if you
fight
didn't?
like
What if
over
you didn't take your time? Once again, you would have went for
Mm-hmm.
the first thing popping, not even knowing that it was something way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Way better
Hey,
out there.
real
for
talk.
you.
Real talk.
Like for sure, man. So, moving forward now, are you independent or are you looking for a contract like with the label and everything?
No, I'm independent. I mean, that's the best way to be in this era right now. You know, we in a digital era. It's easy to just press a button and upload your music, press a button, shoot it out to the people. I mean, you do need distribution. You know, I am with Empire as far as with my digital distribution, everything. You know, shout out to Gaze. Yeah. You know, I've been with him since he was at In Grooves. You know, I was probably one of the first ones that actually signed, and you know, he got me set up lovely over there to where I can move how I want to move. And yeah, you know, I would just say stay independent. I mean, unless you.
I mean, it's
really,
better, right?
I mean, it
you're
is.
not
I mean, especially if
controlled.
you got some traction going, because major labels really right now, they want you to have some traction, to have an audience and all that. So, I mean, like what I need you for, once I got that, I really don't even need you.
Right.
And see,
You
most
know?
people ain't prepared for the grind to even get that traction, though.
Nah, they not.
You feel me? Not even
They
realizing the dollars. It's more than just numbers on social media. You feel me? It's
Real
dollars that
talk.
you gotta put behind it.
Real talk.
Like if you want a professional video just for Instagram, you feel me? That's gonna be a couple $100.
Be a
but
couple
Gotta
hundred.
invest in
realize that.
yourself,
You
yeah.
feel me?
If you believe in yourself, invest in yourself, man. And that's what I tell a lot of the artists that try to come to me right now. He's like, man, y'all really don't need me. I mean, I got advice for you. You know, be a mentor and show you how to do things, but why, you know, give up 10, 15, 20% to somebody when, you know, I mean, you could do it yourself. I mean, if you're looking for a budget, that's different. You're looking for executive producer, then, you know, it might eat up 50% of your money. You know what I mean? Because I'm putting up my money and I'm taking the risk now, so I need that kickback. But you know, if you got a few dollars, invest in yourself, man. If you believe in yourself, invest in yourself. And that's what I do. You know, I believe in myself as an artist.
If you want to get shit done, do it yourself.
Yeah,
do it yourself.
that's the only way you gonna see your vision 100%. You feel me? When nobody else will see it take you to see your vision first to get other people to see.
Right.
You feel me? You gotta believe in you off top,
Yeah, because
man.
it's definitely a red flag if you don't want to invest in yourself, especially if you can
Yeah.
afford it.
Yeah.
And you want me to put my money up and you don't want
No.
It's like, hold on.
That's too much.
Yeah, man. So
Go ahead.
So kind of going off topic, did y'all invest in Dogecoin?
Nah,
No.
I don't know nothing about it. If I ain't educated on it, I mean, I hear about it, all the Bitcoins, the cryptocurrency, but if I don't know about it, I'm not finna do it. That shit seemed like a pyramid scheme to me, so I don't, you know, I
mean,
mean, throwing my money into it, and all of a sudden everybody who done been in there cash out, and I'm waiting around for something to happen, and all of a sudden I get stuck with
I mean,
that
everyone
shit
said
tanking.
that shit was gonna go to $1. I invested hella money. That shit tanked all the way down.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told you. See, everybody cashed out once you put in. They it went up. They cashed out, and it tanked on you. That's the pyramid scheme.
Oh, cool. I don't know nothing about it.
That's that new age pyramid scheme. They just revamp it and,
I mean,
you know, rewrap
I
it
feel
up,
like
make it look pretty.
cryptocurrency is gonna be the future.
Yeah,
Y'all
it
think
is.
so?
Yeah, it's probably
Or-
Bitcoin, certain ones, but I'm like, I ain't educated on it.
I
but
want
it's
my
like,
cash. That's the thing.
Like, you
That's
see,
what I'm saying. I'm
you
over
see
here
I want my
like
cash.
Bitcoin
I'm good with
machines,
paper money. Like
like the Dogecoin or whatever. I don't see.
Safe
I don't,
Moon type.
Yeah.
I don't see none of that out at stores. Like even in them coin machines, I see Bitcoins for sale.
They got
Like,
Bitcoin machines
so
now.
that's different, you
Yeah.
know. But even that, I don't know how that even works. So I'm good.
The dollar's still working out here.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
So, let me see. What you got coming out new right now? What's a couple of things that you got working on?
Right now, you know, I just finished. I got a new album on the way. It's titled Black Cesar, and
That's a dope
that's
name.
about to We
I can
about
never
to
see the
drop
album
that.
cover.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope, man. The artwork and stuff is finished. I'm just setting up the launch with that, trying to get with Gazi and them at Empire to get that set up. But yeah, I got 16 tracks. We just shot the video with Larry Jones, so that's on its way. It's a song called "What's Happening." And
Yes,
that
sir.
should be dropping in June, right after his album release. So I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of his release and try to gain some traction with that. And I also just finished the book. It's called Part of Survival, From the Block to the Booth. So
Okay.
Oh, nice. What's that about?
just my life, period. Just from me before the music, the gang banging, to me losing my eye, to just all the gang banging stuff, to the peace
Hold on,
treaty
what?
with us, and yeah. I've been through some things, man. Yeah, youngster, 15 years old on
Yeah.
coke, and just running amok in my neighborhood,
That's
just
what's
like so. All that to losing Mr.cee to where I am now, just doing licensing deals and being able to sell merch and make things happen. Yeah, so
Man,
from the
it's
block to the booth, man.
It's a blessing for sure,
Yeah.
man. Like, one question about the book, like, are those things like, cause me, I'll randomly just write down anything that come to my mind just to keep it. I'm an artist too, so I'll be going to that. You feel me? So what I'm saying as far as the book go, like, was it just random thoughts that you had in them moments that you jotted down and kept with you for that book?
Yeah, well, some of the stuff that I probably would have thought I'll forget, I would, I had notes. I definitely had notes, but I had a dude who kind of was familiar with everything, who was from my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he kind of helped me with it because he had released a couple books, because I had a bunch of notes. I didn't know how to organize a book. So what he did was got with me, and me and him just chopped it up, and he just wrote everything down, and he was just like, we ain't gonna just
Formatted
go in chronological order or whatever. We just gonna be bouncing around, just having conversations. So we had like hella conversations over a year span, and man, he just put it together. He put it together. Yeah, he put it together nice too. So it's interesting, and he steady been going over it as different interviews been coming out. He been like, man, we didn't talk about that information. So we going back over revamping things, because he like, man, we want to give him the meat and a whole bunch more. We want to deep dive in the book on a lot of subjects that I normally don't talk about. So yeah, he helped me out, and it's real dope. It's a dope book.
Have you thought about doing an audio book?
I don't know. After I'm done, I might. A lot of people tell me to kind of do it to where I do myself in the book and have sort of like acting out the book.
That's what
parts,
I'm saying. Like I hear sound effects and everything.
The
you
whole
feel
nine,
me? Bluebird playing in the background.
Hey, the
whole
whole
shit.
Oh, they have that? I don't know. I don't.
I'm just
listen
they
to that.
don't, but it can
They
be
don't,
done.
but,
You feel me?
yeah.
An audio book is just like us talking right here, but I can only imagine you could just go ahead and throw a song up in there. You feel me? Some little sound effects or something.
Right, certain parts have people
like
actually
how
coming
you-
in playing the parts
Like
of
a
certain
knock.
people.
Exactly.
Like,
That'll
you know,
be
sound
dope.
effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's
Ooh,
dope.
That's $1 million
just made up
plan
an
right
idea
there.
right there. That's a good idea.
You ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah. My guy ended up bringing up something like that to me too. He was like, I should damn sure do sort of like a audio book where certain scenes where you might be talking about the female or something, or interacting, have somebody come in and do the voiceover. So yeah, that's definitely dope. Nobody have done it, and that might be something I might think about later.
You heard it here first on Voice of the Streets.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Man, so I mean, we gonna get to the obvious of you feel me? What's the media been worried about? But I'm gonna say this in a different way. So as far as as far as Booby go, right? I'm gonna just say, how can there be unity between y'all, and are you open to it?
Yeah. I mean, like, I ain't never really even tripped off of him like that. You know what I mean? It was always him tripping off of me. So I done moved on. It's like, he been gone for 20 years. He got out and sparked a little something just by making a few remarks. And, it's like, man, it's a lot of people that, he said a few things that a lot of people from Hunters Point, my area, just know, like, it ain't real, it ain't true. It's like, bro, he should have just came out, surveyed the land, and played the background and just seen what was up. I think he came out and just jumped into to interviews and stuff a little too quick. You know what I mean? Especially being gone away from this technology, you don't realize how fast this shit travel. Especially when there's negativity, it's gonna get to us. It's gonna get to everybody fast. But I ain't had a problem with, bro. We was raised together. We was raised up as cousins. I still look at him as a cousin. I ain't got a problem with him. He gotta get over his issues and get past whatever he's trying to get past. But I ain't never had a problem. I just, them dudes a lot of times just fear me and don't want to be in the same room. But you know, like I said, right now, if he was to pop up, show up, it's all love with me. I ain't got a problem with him. You know, he never was a threat to me. So he just got to get over whatever problem and issues he having with me.
And see, that's kind of how it be out there. Just speaking in general, you feel me? Like a lot of people gotta. I mean, overall, man, just take accountability of whatever actions that may be. You feel me? Have that talk with whoever it may be that you're going through, what you're going through with. You feel me? And move on and keep it rocking, man, because that's how the real unity gonna come. You feel me? We gotta conversate, and we gotta comprehend. You feel me? Exactly. A lot of motherfuckers talk about communication, but they forget about comprehension too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real talk.
For sure. I just sounded a little bit smart here.
To not hold grudges, right?
Yeah, it's really not, man. That shit is bad for you, man. Your hair start falling out and all type of stuff.
Negativity stays.
Yeah, for real. I can't. Man, if I spent all my time with a frown on my face, I'd have looked 58 at 28.
For real, you know. Hey, for real, bro. That's no lie, you know. But you know, much love to bro. Hopefully he you know, been seeing the interviews and thought about the stuff he said and wish he can, you know, next interview maybe he can, you know, rework some of the stuff he said, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, I respect the fact of what you put out there. You mindful of what you're doing. You feel me? As far as the words that you put out there.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, on the platforms that I've seen, you feel me? You are speaking that unity.
Yeah,
and everything. And that's how I gotta be.
And it's a young generation who look up to us, man, who respect us, and it's like we don't want to pump that. You know, it could be like the Crips and Bloods and stuff where they just steady funking, big block RBL funking, and they don't know how it started. They don't know what's up. They shooting and killing each other, and we ain't got time for that, bro. You know what I mean? Let's try to show some unity to where we can show them. Let's show them how to get some money. Yeah, you know, because we way stronger together, man. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I
could tell them. I could tell that them ain't just words, because as you spoke earlier, you spoke on the mentorship that you do. You feel me?
Sir.
Like you really about that, bro. So I commend you on saying the words that you saying towards it.
Man.
You feel
and
me?
the youngsters know I'm always there for when they hit me. You know, I'm on my IG. I communicate with them. I don't, you know, scroll past nothing. You know, when people ask me stuff, man, for advice or whatever it is, music, just in life, period. You know, I'm there for them. Yeah, I'm always.
Because you know how a lot of people, they just keep their mouth shut. They don't want to, you know, give out a helping hand.
I'm popping right now.
Yeah, especially when they start popping, man.
Let me screenshot it when I got 99 DMs.
Right.
So moving on to the next subject, what's the first hit that y'all made that opened doors for y'all?
Oh, guaranteed, No Bammer Weed. Yeah, that set it off for us. Yeah, No Bammer just, man, that changed our life. You know,
with the side.
Yeah, definitely No Bammer Weed.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
What made y'all pick that sample?
I was just going through the records, man. I had my mom records, and I just heard it. It was Marvin Gaye, After the Dance. It was the live in London one, and it was different. They was playing the saxophone and the flute. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know it. You listen to the regular song, you'd be like, oh, they couldn't have got it from this. But that live in concert, man, it was just live in London. It's just a breakdown part where it just caught me. It was jazzy. It was just dope. That saxophone, that flute just caught me, and I just knew it was it. Yeah. As soon as I looped it, I was like, oh yeah, this is it, and it's definitely a weed song. Yeah.
So hold on, wait, did you produce that?
Yeah, I produced it. Yeah, I produced the whole first album and some of the almost majority of the second album. Only song I didn't produce on the first album was G's by the 1-2-3s, a song that we got with Totally Insane, but everything on that album, the intros, outros, everything, yeah.
Man, the many hats for real.
Yes, sir, yeah.
For real. Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
That was my first love, though, being a producer. I was a producer doing beats and stuff before I was rapping, so that was really how I got in the game, yeah.
That go crazy right there, man. I tried. I couldn't have that balance that you talking about.
Right.
Like if I was producing, I had no bars for the beats that I was making.
Right.
But if I'm rapping, I can't do a beat for the rap that.
Right. Now some is like that. Nah, I just love my production. You know, even right now to this day, it's a lot of people who love me as a producer who want beats, but you know, I dabble with it. I might do a song or two because there's so many dope producers now where it made me lazy. I ain't even gonna lie. So many dope producers, they moving fast and. You know, I take my time with it. So
give you that instant
process
energy.
like going through
as far as the beats and all that creating, it just depends. You know, sometimes if I'm doing making beats, you know, it's a lot of times it's the drums, or if I'm just going through the sounds, I might just be going through the sound modules and something just hit me, and I just like, oh, wait a minute, I go back to it, like, oh man, that Wurlitzer is dope, and I get to playing with that, and that might be the meat of the song, you know what I mean, the foundation. So it just depends, and sometimes it might be the drums. I might be messing with the 808s, 909, and something stick out, you know, I get a drum pattern going, and it's just like, ooh, okay, and start adding little sounds to that. So it just depends on the mood and how I'm playing around with the keys.
So within that same conversation, like, are you the type of artist to just be somewhere super random and you hear a whole song in your head, like something that you just gotta lay out instantly? You get to the lab, you feel me? You kind of just knock out that beat that you heard in your head 15 minutes type. Like, are you that type, or when you get in the studio, you just strictly go to it right there?
Well, it's both. Sometimes I might be in the car and, you know, old Funkadelic or something might come on, or Rick James, and I might hear something I didn't hear in that song before. Might be a little 4-bar breakdown that I didn't trip off of, or now it's sounding different because I'm hearing music differently. But back then I didn't think about using it in the song, but nowadays it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's kind of turned up a little bit. That got a little feel to it, you know. So it just depends, you know. If I'm out and I hear something, I'm definitely gonna probably even Shazam it, lock it in, and just be like, okay, I'm finna get back and work on that. Or, you know, I might just get to the studio and just get there, like I say, plucking around and messing with sounds until something hit me creatively.
So how you feeling about this COVID thing and the whole thing that's going on right now within the world?
I mean, I really don't. I'm happy it's going away. I mean, I didn't really feel no type of way. I mean, it tore me up back in August of last year. I got it. You know, I got it bad. Yeah, I was respirator and all. You know what I mean? The good thing I was working out. Yeah, I was toe up. I had it for like 10 days bad, man. I'm talking about I had everything listed on the list of what you can get except, you know, the vomiting.
You lost your taste?
Oh, yeah, taste, smell. That was the first thing when I knew it. Once I lost my taste and my smell, I was just like, oh, shit, wait a minute. I hope this ain't happening. After that, the body aches start kicking in. And, you know, I knew I had got it because I was back and forth to L.A., you know, fucking around down there, not really believing in it and all the shit. And, it hit me right in the middle of August, man. Well, actually, the beginning of August, it tore me up. And, I had that shit for about 10 days and couldn't breathe or nothing. So,
Well, shit, now you're immune to it, right?
Well, nah. Well, they don't know. They were saying you were supposed to be immune to it for like 6 months and all this and that old shit. But,
I mean, live life, man. You here still, you feel me? You got over it for sure.
But nah, I mean, that's why I ended up going to, you know, everybody was scared of getting the shots. Man, I went and got that shit. I didn't care, bro. I went and got my little Pfizer and said, fuck all that. I'm not trying to feel that shit again. I said, hey, whatever it is, they talking about it might make you sterile, this and that. And I ain't trying to have no more kids, but I know for damn sure I ain't trying to, you know. So, I got both of my shots and, I'm vaccinated. I'm not trying to hear all that other shit. You know, if it happened, it happened. Whatever side effects later, 5-10 years down the line, whatever. You start turning into Swamp Thing or something, man. Hey, fuck it. I don't care. I start growing branches out the back of my head. I don't give a fuck. But right now, I don't want to catch that shit again.
10 years later, you see like all zombies.
Right. Hey, I'm going to be one of them. Fuck it.
The Black Z zombie.
Hey, I ain't getting ate by nobody. I'm one of them. Fuck it.
Oh, wait, man. So moving forward, like, has that affected any shows that you had rocking, or have you got back out there? You feel me?
Well, I'm back out there now, but it definitely affected it back then. That's what I said. I ended up catching the shit because I was still trying to slide off and do a little hole in the walls and do little under shows, you know, and that shit ended up catching up with me being around there, everybody breathing on each other and all that shit. So, I learned my lesson from that. But it was hell to go through, but I was blessed to be able to still have an income during that time. Like I said, I did a licensing deal. Wiz Khalifa had remade Bammer Weed back then, back around that same time, around August. I had got his his DM about him trying to remake Bammer Weed, and we did a couple licensing deals. So we was blessed to be able to have income coming in and still be working through the whole, 2020.
Man, that's a blessing, yo. Yeah. All the work that you put in is now just like you could sit back and the blessings come to you. I ain't saying that you stop going hard or nothing, but it's a little bit easier. You feel me?
Yeah. No, it's definitely a blessings, man. know, to get a lot of that residual income and all that, man. Yeah, it's definitely lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, man. So with that being said, we got one last question that we always ask the guests.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lo, you want to get it?
Sure. So, what's one piece of game that you could give to the youth right now?
In a life sense, you did music earlier. You feel me?
In life,
Anything, yeah.
man, just you know, just be you, be real. You know, people be thinking being real is like being hard or being tough or being like some, you know, just do you, be you, and man, that'll get you just being you, man. You ain't ever got to worry about, you know what I mean, somebody catching you out of pocket not being you. When you being you, man,
Exactly.
it's just, you know, you 100% you, man. You know,
Do you think?
and you.
Do you think that social media kind of affects that now?
Yeah, a whole lot, because everybody's
Yeah.
trying to be what they see. Everybody want the money phone on their hand. Everybody want to, you know, high side and show different stuff just to get likes and all
do
that. So,
anything
man,
for
but,
it.
you know, I just
Anything
do
for
me,
the
man.
likes.
You know, on my page, man, I ain't
Yeah.
trying to do too much. You know, I don't put my family. I just do me, man. And being me got me a lot of places, you know, where I ain't got to worry about, you know, motherfuckers trying to unmask me and I'm being fake, you know.
Right.
So I
Like,
just
this
do
is
me.
me.
This
This
is
is who I
me.
am.
This
Yeah.
is, you know,
That's how
hey,
you get.
unapologetic. It's just
Yeah.
this is what it is. So I say, just be you. You know what I mean? And just stay 100. And that'll get you get you in a whole lot of doors.
Real shit.
And you ain't got to worry about, you know, that mask coming off or somebody exposing you who know the real you. You know
Real
what I mean?
shit.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
talking about that too on my
Exactly.
stories.
You know?
Yeah, that's some
Yeah,
real
that's
shit.
all I
There's
can
no,
really say.
no hiding in the corners with us.
right. You know what I mean? So, because you will get exposed by people
sure.
Yeah,
who know
people
you.
know the
For
real
sure, for
you.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
cap as much as you want on the gram.
Right.
So with that being said, is there any shout outs that you want to give also along with your IG or any platforms that you want to go with?
Yeah. Man, you know, just shouts out to Mr.cee, Hitman, rest in peace, rather. And
Rest in peace.
yeah, follow us on IG at RBL Posse. The same on Twitter at RBL Posse. Facebook, you know, /RBL Posse. And yeah, get on our website, man, www.rblposse.com. Click that store link and go get some of that No Bammer gear and that Bluebird gear, man. You know, and
man.
yeah, much love to everybody out there who've been supporting us over the years, man. Helping us keep this
Nice.
torch lit, man, for my
Yes.
fallen ones. Yes, sir.
Well, it was
Yes,
really
sir.
great having you.
Appreciate
Really.
both of y'all.
I
Appreciate
appreciate you too, man. Once
We
again,
appreciate
Hey,
you.
legend.
man.
Much
Yeah.
love.
Show
much
for
love.
show.
Much love.
Hey, and y'all remember the message. Be you.
Yeah,
Voice of the
be
streets.
you.
Diverse.
Lolo.
And we out. Black C. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Ja, founder of Voice of the Streets podcast. I want to give a very special shout out to my co-hosts, Diverse and the Coach Lauren. Be sure you guys go check out the Voice of the Streets podcast on social media at Twitter, Clubhouse, Instagram, Apple, Google, and Spotify. Thank you.
I ain't stopping till